officer attempted to intimidate my patient, loses fight to physics. A few months ago, my partner and I were driving back from a nothing special patient transfer. You know that feeling at the end of a shift where you finally let your shoulders drop because everything seems calm? Yeah, that moment didn't last. We were maybe 4 blocks from base when I saw her, a woman sitting alone on the curb, arms locked around herself, head tucked down like she was trying to fold herself out of the world. I told my partner to stop. The second our lights switched on, she looked up, and the fear in her eyes was something I will never unsee. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't surprise. It was the look of someone who has already flinched 1,000 times from the same pair of hands. When I stepped out of the ambulance, she actually relaxed, just a tiny breath, but it was enough. When I got close, I saw the bruising on her wrists, the faded fingerprints on her arms, patterns that tell a story long before the patient does. She didn't want to stand, didn't want to move. Her whole body was shaking like she was waiting for a blow that wasn't coming. I told her she didn't have to get in, not yet. I'd bring the cot out to her, something soft, something safe. I went to the back, hit the release on the powered cot, and felt all 150 pounds of it shift forward on the little incline we were parked on. I held it. I remembered at that moment. Then I heard it, a siren, not from a distance, right behind us. My stomach dropped. We hadn't requested police. We weren't in city jurisdiction, but a city cruiser was rolling up anyway. Before I could even piece it together, the woman breathed out, "Oh God, he found me," and bolted into the back of the ambulance, like pure animal survival. She didn't walk. She launched herself inside and slammed against the bench seat, curling up as small as she could. And then he stepped out of the cruiser, her husband, Officer Drake. He walked toward us with the kind of anger that doesn't explode. It leaks out slow and controlled, like a gas leak waiting for a spark. OD, is she in there? Me. Who? OD. Drop the act. Open the doors. I stood my ground. He wasn't getting near her. Not tonight. Not while she was on my rig. I told him he could talk to her at the hospital. He could follow us. He could file reports. But he was not stepping inside. His jaw clenched so hard I could hear his teeth grind. He leaned into my face, close enough that I could smell the coffee on his breath. "You're obstructing. Move." Behind him, I finally saw headlights. 2 county deputies pulling up. Sent by my supervisor, no doubt. And those deputies? They stepped out with that "we were warned something stupid was happening" look. Officer Drake saw them too, and his posture changed. He puffed up, tried to act authoritative again. He wanted a show. He wanted me to move? Fine. I stepped aside. He yanked open the double doors, and Newton himself reached down and delivered justice. Because I had forgotten one small detail. The cot was unlocked, on a slope, and full of gear. In a single perfect cinematic moment, 150 pounds of striker cot, cardiac monitor, and overstuffed jump bag came roaring out of the rig like a boulder escaping a cliff. It slammed into him with a sound I swear I felt in my ribs. He flew backward, feet off the ground, hit the pavement hard enough that one deputy actually doubled over laughing. The other deputy walked up, crouched beside him, and said in the calmest voice imaginable, "Your lieutenant is on the way. If I were you, I'd be gone before he gets here." Officer Drake staggered up, red-faced, glaring at me like I'd rewritten the laws of physics personally just to spite him. He limped back into his cruiser and peeled out like a toddler denied a toy. I can't talk about the rest. Legal stuff still playing out, and we all know how slowly accountability crawls when the uniform is blue. But she's safe now, living somewhere he can't find her, getting help, healing. He's still a cop, and I get pulled over so often I'm considering handing out punch cards. But the footage, the perfect, glorious footage of him getting obliterated by a runaway ambulance cot, that moment alone, that is going to live rent-free in my soul forever.